morning, and welcome to ER Emotional Response. This is Life Coaching with Ink, Ivory. How are you doing on this beautiful, bright, and sunny morning? Welcome again. We're starting another episode today, and it's going to be on contentment. Now, I'm getting good reviews from our first special guest, and that was very awesome. That people enjoyed the information that was shared and the insight, so that we can be more effective in our relationships, and we can know what to look for and to presently prepare for. And covering just marriage in general and long-term relationships, there are certain phases that everyone goes through. And one of the reviews was how she stressed enjoying that time when you move out and you're doing you is so significant. So for those that are not married or in a committed relationship, this episode is good and powerful. And those that are in a relationship and are married, this episode is good for you too as well. Contentment is a topic that is not stressed enough. And I'm sorry if I didn't say this episode was going to be on contentment. Let me reiterate it. Today's episode is on contentment. So I just want to expound on this topic a little bit, because I don't want, in no shape or form, someone to be shadowed because they're single, they're dating, they're not at the phase of marriage. And every phase is to be honored, because as soon as you roll into another phase, you might look at that other phase and say, I wish I was back doing that, or I wish I had X, Y, and Z. Because the heart is never content. Just when you think you have it, you'll look and say, well, I want this. I have a wife that cooks, cleans, and tends to me. But she's not a video vixen. The heart is never satisfied. So I just want to talk about contentment. And I do want to cover being single first, before I even go into relationships. Single first, because you're born into this world alone. Yes, you're born through your mother's womb, but unless you're a twin, you're in the womb by yourself. And even with twins, they still are birthed out one at a time. So you're born into this world alone. Your brother or your sister might have followed, but you were born into this world alone. So singleness, a solo act, is to be honored. You have to be content at that state. And different behaviors will show whether you're content or not. And they will affect your everyday living. And that's why I want to stress being content even in your singleness. If you are dating, you're dating. However, the opposite of content is filled with anxiety. So if you're aimlessly and anxiously moving about, then you need to be centered and get back to being content. If you're on a point in your life where you don't want to date and you just want to do you, let your declaration match your everyday activities. Because if you just want to do you, Really do you. Enjoy you. Travel. Go to class. Go to work. Tend to your kids. Whatever is going on in your life that involves you, then do that. And do it successfully. Be successful at being a mom. Be successful at being a worker on your job or running your own company. Be successful at every day getting up and actually enjoying the alone time of not having anyone. Because if the declaration where you're like, I'm not dating, I'm not, show that. Okay. With that in mind, you do have wants and desires. Know when you do meet somebody, make it clear what state you're in. You're not looking for someone that consistently date. You're not looking to commit to anyone tomorrow. Make it clear, I just want friends. And so give them the boundaries or show them. You don't have to talk every day. You might talk once a week. You might see each other once every 2 weeks. But it's the friendship level. And I think a lot of times people go into a state of confusion because what they declare doesn't match their activities. So if you're just looking for a friend, show that. It's certain things that don't go on in a friendship with opposite sexes. Now, this is not an all-inclusive statement because it can be exceptions to it, because I don't want to get the feedback, well, there's certain cases, and I remember, yes, there are exceptions where some people can talk every day, see each other on a regular basis, and keep it in the friend zone. However, even with those cases, I have found that people get emotionally tied up, even when they don't want to. They just do. We human. We're wired to be socially connected, emotionally invested. So, with that in mind, certain things should occur. And if somebody overstepped them boundaries, clarity needs to be given. Whoa, I talked to you yesterday. I'll talk to you later on this week. We don't have to talk every day. And so you might get the rebuttal, and or what? What did you say? Remember, we are just friends. And you're enjoying the friendship phase. And sometimes in order to roll into the other phases, that has to be established to see if you really like the person that you're involved with. But even if you're not trying to go to them other phases and you just want genuine friends around you, you might have to affirm your boundaries. Give clarity a little bit. It doesn't make the person any less. It just means sometimes they get caught up emotionally. And that's normal and healthy. They might be genuinely liking you a lot more than they thought. However, reset them boundaries and be content. Now, how an anxious person look when they declaring friendship, but their activity is showing different. They blowing up the phone frequently. Yo, time out. Back up, bro or sis. We're just friends. I thought we was clear on that. And that conversation is something that you might have to have with yourself. Because you might start seeing you losing control. And you getting a little more emotionally invested than you need to. Whoa. Why am I stressing going to dinner? It's just a friendship. So be content at whatever state you are. If you are in a relationship, well, before you even go to the relationship, let's go to the dating phase. if you're going through the dating phase, there are certain boundaries that occur there. You don't hang up with I love yous. You are dating. If you rush into the emotional side really quicker than you're supposed to, you'll miss the details of getting to know each other because you'll be more concerned about the emotional investment. So I say that from a wisdom perspective. Really take the time out to just enjoy each other during the dating phase. Go out and go out. I even suggest when you're going through the dating phase is, if you can, date 5 or 6 people without having sex. No sex involved. For at least 6 months to a year. Especially when you're a female. Because at times we say we know what we want, but until it's right in front of our face, we either gain clarity in what we want versus what we don't want. And to calm all them anxieties, we really start entertaining other people and start seeing what other people like and don't like. And then we really enjoy that dating phase. So much so that when it does roll over into the emotional investment and one of the people that's on your roster, you be so content that almost you have to be pushed into that phase. But no one should push you into that next phase of being in a relationship. But I say push because sometimes emotions can get carried away and you be like, hold up, I'm digging you out of everybody. But be content in that state. If you're just dating and you're dating multiple people, don't have them leave clothes over your house. Or don't leave clothes over their house. Be content. Make sure this person that you're getting to know and you're dating is exactly somebody you would consider being in a relationship with. Because liking somebody is one thing, but being in a relationship and being invested in them every day, that's a whole nother level of responsibilities. And you got to make sure that you can keep those responsibilities. So be content in dating. Don't meet somebody tomorrow and say, well, I want marriage in 3 months. Whoa. How you know? Well, I just feel. No, you feel chemistry. You can't feel an engagement within 3 months. After just meeting them. People do it. People have done it successfully, unsuccessfully. But if you can track a healthy way, I would suggest, and you don't have to listen to me, I would suggest you meet somebody tomorrow, get time to know them. Date them. Don't make your intentions so up front that you forget to get to know them and just enjoy them. Go out on water ice dates. It's getting warm. Go out on water ice dates. Pretzel on water ice dates. Sit on a bench. It don't always have to be a restaurant. Do a walk in the park. Little stuff. To slow down life. To really be content in wherever you at. Yes, you have done marriage. Maybe. And you're back at the dating scene. However, you're not all knowing. And this person before you is a totally different person than who you was married to or committed to. So take time to be content at that state and really do stuff. In the dating and in the single state, you should